Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar and this is Pinstar Plays Through the Ages. So yeah, I figured I'd mix things up a little bit, although this game is also a thing about a people's going through time from ancient to modern era in 3 stages. But this is actually a digital adaptation of a board game by the same name. Basically it is Civ, but in board game form. It is not officially affiliated with Civ, but it follows the same trope. So, you know what? Let's dive in. If you're not familiar with the game, I will show you how it works along the way. Go into a custom game here. We will do 4 players, and the 4 players, there are 3 different levels of AI. So we got medium AI, red is the easy AI, and then blue's the hard AI. They do affirm that it is not given any actual bonuses in the game. It's just really freaking good. And yeah, it is actually really freaking good. All right, so let's dive in, shall we? All right, so as soon as the game stops doing its thing here, I'll explain what the Sam heck is going on here. Okay, it's our turn. So the way this game works is we have our civilization. Right now we're starting off in the ancient era. See all these cards, how they have the letter A? These are all ancient era cards. Now, the way the game works and the way it deals with first player advantage is that so the first player got to take 1 action as represented by these little white beads. So they only could take things along this track because each of these cards up here take 1 white action to take into your hand. The red was able to take 2, and red took this and this. They could have also just taken 1 of these. Now, since we are going third, we have 3 actions to take. So we could take, we could take 1 of these and then 1 of these, or we could take a single one of these here in the back. Now, what are these? Well, the yellow cards are one-time things. All right, let me take a step back here. So we have 4 resources that we're building up here. We have food, we have ore, we have research, and we have culture. The winner of the game is the person who has the most culture. Only culture matters. However, everything else is a means to an end. So we're going to be focusing on a lot of other things besides culture in our attempt to build up culture. So yeah, that's probably our best bet. Now, as far as what we're going to be pulling here, the other cards here, these purple ones are wonders. These are things that, just like in Civ, you build up over time, and once you've invested enough ore into them, they've built and you get their effects pretty much permanently. Lastly, you have leaders. Each of the leaders have special abilities that you get when pulling, making them your leader. Now, they only stick around for a certain amount of time. Once the eras get too late, you're going to want to replace them. But they give you some good bonuses. Hammurabi here, for example, allows you to use one of your military actions, that's what these red beads are, as a civil action, which is one of these white beads. So essentially they get +1 white, +1 civil action at the cost of 1 military if you want. That's pretty good. But I'd also have to use up all 3 and only be able to pick 1 thing. This is a tricky one. Colossus allows you, basically gives you 2 military strength and 1 colonizing strength. I'll explain that once we get to those. But right now, everyone starts out with 1 warrior, which is worth 1 military strength. Yes, you can attack each other in this. Happy faces allow you to support a larger population without your people going into revolt, so that could be pretty good. Hanging Gardens, 2 happy faces right off the bat, maybe not needed as much. Oh, this is a tough one. I think, do I want to go military? I'm not a huge fan of going heavy military, but then again, having this allows me to invest less in military because it shores up my weakness. Frugality lets me save on food when raising my population. I mean, if I was going to pick a wonder, I'd kind of want the Library of Alexandria, but that can be tricky to build. You know, I'm going to take Hammurabi. I'm going to take him because I really like him as one of the ancient leaders. As you go through the ages, the other leaders, you know, become more era relevant. Oh yeah, so we start the game with 2 mines, 2 Age A mines, so basically the lowest tech version of the mines, and 2 farms. So and you always produce stuff at the end of your turn. You also start out with 1 lab, which produces 1 beaker. That's a little loud. Give me a second. All right, so yellow played their leader. Yeah, everyone else took leaders. I took a leader as well. You do have to use 1 action to play them. And also there were more leaders coming down the pipeline. And yeah, at the end of this, the cards shuffle downwards. So the stuff that was 3 now takes 2, 2 down to 1. And now we have our stuff. So we're going to play Hammurabi, which allows us to... So we have 3 actions, but we could use one of our red actions in its place. We still could take the Colossus if we really wanted it. It would be real cheap to do that. Then again, we could go for just a bunch of these ones that save us. You know what? I'll take the Colossus. Why not? So the Colossus, we need to build... We need to pay 3 ore for the first stage and 3 ore for the second. And once we build both stages, then we have our Colossus. So I think what we want to do is we want to get another mine. Oh, yes. So these yellow dots are our population. Right now we have 2 population working our mines, each one working in one of our 2 mines that have been built. 2 population in the farms. 1 population is tied up in our warriors. Yes, you do need to spend population to make military, and 1 is in our lab. The only thing that doesn't require population is wonders. You don't need to use pop to do that. You can grow your pop by we start with 1 idle worker. I'm going to spend 2 food to recruit another worker. And then we will build another mine. So now we have a mineral income of 3 that used up 1 of our population. Now we still have 1 more thing that we could do. Or we could just leave the action for military actions, which in this case, you need to use military actions to spend, to actually build up military. You can use that to attack people depending on the card you draw, but any unspent military actions, you get military cards at the end of the turn. So that's not a bad thing. So yeah, you know what? I think I'll be okay because I don't know how much more I could. I mean, I guess I could just use my last one to take an extra action card. Basically gives me, yeah, one extra mineral to use for upgrading things. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. So we've used 1 of our military. We'll still get 1. Now, the cards that you take, you can't use until the next step. So this is one of the... All right, so our competitors, they're grabbing Engineering Genius for 2. Looks like they want to make sure they finish their wonder. Okay, development of warfare. Each player with an idle worker, which we have, may immediately build a warriors unit for free. That's just one of the event decks. Yeah, I'll take up on the offer. So now we have 2 warriors and thus a strength of 2. Now the one other thing is you can't, once you've taken and played a leader, you can't swap them out for the same person of the same era. But see this little 1 up here, Genghis Khan, he is a leader of the next era, of era 1. Also, these cards with little numbers in the corner, these are technologies, and obviously you need to spend that much tech in order to research them. We are slowly gaining it. Now, I could play border conflict here. The weakest civilization must destroy one of its own buildings, and the strongest gains 3. You get to play 1 politics card, and the act of playing a politics card is what causes the next event to be played. Not this event. This event gets thrown onto the next deck, and then we draw 1 from here. So this, if we play this, this will show up, but it'll show up later. That being said, there are other cards that require having an idle worker sitting out there. I would prefer not to miss out on that, so I'm going to skip my politics phase. All right, I could use my 3 to go here, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another worker. Now here we're running into happy face problems, where if we put this worker to work anywhere, we do not have enough happy faces to keep our population content, and they will riot and we will lose production for the turn. So now if we keep the person idle, they basically are still discontent, but they're keeping themselves occupied. Now the potential event is one that where you get a free temple, which makes them happy. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 3 things to start work on the Colossus, because that doesn't require a worker. We could take that. We could also take the theology tech. That's actually not too bad, because we can research that right away and then start building tech tier 2 temples instead of tier 1 right off the bat. That's not too bad. Then again, we could take warfare, gets us an extra strength and an extra military action. And then reserves gives us just more materials. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go theology here. I'm going to take the tech. Now, I still need to spend the action to research it. And since even after we research it, it doesn't automatically give us a temple. So I'm going to wait till next turn to even bother researching it. So I'm going to use my last thing here. Do I want reserves or do I want stockpile? Oh, reserves is, so stockpile is an age A, which means it's worse. The reserves, on the other hand, is better. Yeah, get 2 and 2. Absolutely, we take reserves. And that'll give us plenty of goodies. And we'll draw 1 more military card. Aha, so that's a tactics card, which gives you a bonus. Oh, and we get 3 more cards from somebody else doing an event. That's fine. It's not the one I wanted. Yeah, Homer comes with a happy face, so they're set for happiness for the time being. But I think we'll do our high-tech solution to happiness. Unless we get the freebie. Development of civil life. Each civilization may either increase its population or build a farm, mine, or urban building, or develop a tech. So this, whatever we do, it's going to cost us 1 less. I'm going to develop theology for 1 cheaper. All right, so they're starting construction on a wonder. All right, he's skipping politics. Again, the events don't trigger unless we've got, unless somebody plays a... All right, now I've got a couple of ones here. One is historic territory. This is a... This is our colony that when it shows back up in the events deck, we basically bid military units to secure it for a bonus. In this case, this gives us a happy face and 6 culture. Yeah, you know what? We can do that. Let's prepare this. Again, it's not going to show up right away, but it is going to trigger an event. Since we have a idle worker, we might get the one we want. Nope, everyone just gets 1 of everything. That's fine. Also, this right here, if we have too many built-up resources that we haven't used, then we're going to have we're gonna have a problem. We're actually gonna lose some of it at the end of the turn to corruption. So you can't stockpile too much. But what I do want to do is, we don't have enough. Oh wait, hang on, duh. We reserves, play it to gain 2. And now we have enough to go right into an age 1 temple. And that gives us 2 happy faces, which means we can use up all of the people from this block and all 4 of these, and people will still be happy. I wish I had 1 more food. Now, do we want to grab Genghis Khan? Not at the moment. And we don't need bread and circuses because we already have happiness. We could grab knights. Although that's not really part of our thing here. We could also grab irrigation. This is one of the core technologies. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab irrigation. I'm going to spend the 2 to grab irrigation. And hell, I'll spend the 3 to develop it. I know we're kind of going to get behind on the times here, but yeah. Do I want to take Genghis Khan too? Because I got 1 more action to do it if I really, really wanted to. If yours is one of the 2 strongest, you may use... See, if we had a tactic that required... So this tactic right here wants us to have 3 infantry, and then we'll get a bonus to 2 strength if we meet that requirement. Genghis Khan helps us out greatly if we got a tactic that required cavalry, because we don't actually need the cavalry. So I might actually not take Genghis Khan. I might, however, take knights. Just keep them in my pocket for later as an more advanced military unit. I will play my tactics even though I don't qualify for it. Does use up one of our military ones, but otherwise I'd have to discard anyway. So this just makes us discard less. We do have to discard 1 thing. I will discard this border agreement. The trade routes agreement is an interesting one that I might pitch during my politics phase. Sheesh. Oh yeah, we don't have our thing, so if somebody else triggers the event, we don't need our freebie temple anymore. I will choose to gain 2 food. Because we want to, now that we have happy faces, we want to blitz our population so that we can actually put those population to use. All right, they have completed Library of Alexandria. And actually, by going up a tech level with our farms, we'll be making a lot of food. Actually, I probably should have taken ore then. All right, they have open borders. Fair enough. All right, they got their done. Oh yeah, you can also reform your government, because right now everyone starts in despotism. Christopher Columbus is an interesting one. They let you colonize a colony without having to go into a bid war for it with military units. All right, so that legion we played is now common knowledge. Other people can adopt it, but it costs them 2 military actions. Yeah, let's do a trade routes agreement as our thing here. Who do we want to trade routes with? Go with red. All right. So now I can use 1 food as a stone, and then they can use 1 stone as a food. Which is good because we have more food than we have stone. All right. That gets there. Part of me really wants to finish the Colossus here. Because that'll help me if any of the colonies start showing up. like the one I deposited. We definitely need that. We do want to develop the technology. How much does it cost? Oh yeah, we have our rich land card, which reduces that by 1. Upgrade an age A farm to age 1 using rich land. Yeah, we'll use the pact for that. So now this age 1 farm produces 2 food per blue tile next to it. So we basically doubled the production without doubling the workforce needed. Yeah, let's finish the wonder. We do have our idle worker in case that event pops up, which is good. We could take monarchy to give us even more actions here. Let's take that. We have to develop it. Now, when it comes to governments, you can either pay the much higher peaceful adaptation, or you can go the violent revolution. If you go violent revolution, you need to only pay the lower cost, but then you lose an entire turn. So it's up to you if you want to go that route. Yeah, everyone's getting a lot more science than me. I need to do something about that. I was hoping that the higher tier science shows up and that I just research that and then I can start popping off with science, but it's random when they show up. Yeah, everything in here is just not super science related. They're militarying up. You can see their relative strengths here. We're sitting at a 4, which is not bad, but if you get too far behind someone, they can start attacking you if they get the right cards. We could take Christopher. Ah, there it is, the development of religion. Yeah, we'll build it for free. Oh, they took Christopher Columbus. Leonardo da Vinci, what do you do? Once it's my turn, I'll be able to inspect it a little bit more closely. Your best lab or library produces an additional amount to its level every time you develop a tech, gaining 1. Or Michelangelo, your urban buildings and wonders produce an extra culture for each of their happy faces. So Michelangelo, with us going the route of religion for our happiness, we definitely want to go Michelangelo because then we get oodles of extra culture with them. And also, was that also and wonders? So St. Peter's Basilica would also work out with that. Yeah, we don't have any politics cards to play, so we skip. I think I will start development of St. Peter's Basilica, if only to claim it. We are definitely going to want to lean very hard into food. Also, it takes us 2 even though it's on the 1 track because it costs 1 extra for every wonder you've already built. And you can only have 1 in construction at a time. But we finished the Colossus, so we're good to go there. Yeah, let's get some more food. We really should get another lab. Actually, let's lean on our goodies here. We're gonna upgrade, and then you know what? We need to build another mine. I know it's low tech, but we need the mineral production, and we have the population to spare. Also, I should probably just adapt this one because this gives us a +1 for having 2 people. I mean, I guess I could just make a 3rd person and get more out of it. Yeah, you know what? I'll hold on to it. Nope, end the turn. There's the iron, which is the higher one. Ooh, he does code of laws. He's sciencing it up real hard. But he lost some to corruption. All right, they paid the 8 to get monarchy. All right, Michelangelo's still out there. And he took Christopher Columbus, which means he can't take another person of that. There's alchemy right there, all the way at the end. Each produces food. Oh, wow. So we get 4 out of that because we double upgraded our now, all of the A events are always good things. After that, it could be a mix of good and bad. Oh, he took the alchemy. Jerk. Yeah, here comes all of the iron. Yeah, no politics. I am going to absolutely take Michelangelo. And yeah, I will pay my military action, get one last bit of benefit. Actually, I still have all of my military actions, which means I could adapt monarchy violently here. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. Although, no, if I do that, I'm going to lose a lot of stuff to corruption. What's my... I'm only at 3 from labs. This is real bad. I should probably grab the printing press and do something about my science. The printing press gives us a culture and a science. I will also grab iron because it's that important. We will do another... Ooh, that's still not enough to get us out of... Oh, hang on. $161 for this one. So I need to build up 6 in order to get the middle stage of this. Actually, let's get the printing press going right now. Don't have the population. That's fine. We will get the population and then we will build the library. There we go. That covers up our corruption meter here. Yeah, we are making way more food than we would anticipate. But now we're making 2 plus some extra culture. Actually, lots of extra culture because of Michelangelo. Yes, I know about that. Oh, wait. Hang on. Back it up. Luckily, we can undo. I mean, I still want printing press, don't get me wrong. And I still wanted to do that. We still could do... No, we're not going to be able to avoid corruption if we just do monarchy this turn. We have too many resources built up. Part of me really wants to take iron, but I know we need printing press. So yeah, we'll do that. That should be fine. We're no longer getting corruption anyway. Yes, end of the turn. I was going to use our thing to Build a soldier. There's the rest of our thing. Ooh, we have a culture. So we immediately produce the culture we get it. We have a culture rating of 6. So every turn we're getting 6 culture, which is fantastic. I might even want to improve my temple just to get it double happy-faced. But then again, I probably should just do a... Aha! So here's our chance to bid on this territory to get another happy face and 6 culture. Now, I don't think Leonardo boosts this one up. You bid 1. I'm going to bid... So if I were to bid 1, we get the +1 from the colonizing power from our the Colossus. So I will bid 2. Blue has bid 3 because he's got 2 from his navigation. We would have to go... I don't want to go all in and blow all my military units, because then that leaves me weak and vulnerable. Yeah, I'm going to pass. He gets it for 3. But now he has to sacrifice military units plus cards. Well, actually, he just has to sacrifice the 1. All right, yeah, they're upgrading their mines. Now, mine is a terrible thing to waste. We are now in the industrial. So this is where, unfinished wonders crumble of the old ages. So age A wonders. Our under construction wonder is is in age 1, so it is not going to crumble until next age. And a finished wonder still stands. And yeah, Homer is an age A leader that now that we're in age 2, that person dies off. But we have an age 1 leader. And because of our thing, we get 3 military cards. All right, folks. So I think this is a good stopping point. In our next episode, we will go through age 2 and see if we can't get our science up to somewhere. Or if we're just going to be a backwards religious civ here. So, until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!